The most dangerous thing that you can do every day is ignore your inner conversations. So many of you feel like you are doing everything right. You feel like you're scripting, journaling, affirming, intending, visualizing, sitting still in meditation. But it is this one thing that is being neglected. And if you are still not seeing movement from what you are consciously manifesting, this is why. So let's start here. Every waking moment, you are speaking to yourself, whether you realize it or not. Your inner conversations are taking you on a daily trajectory, on a journey, without you even realizing it, because it is so ingrained and so familiar for you to have these conversations within that you don't even realize that you are doing it. So this today stops. This stops right now. You are no longer going to allow yourself to acknowledge or even finish these negative inner chats that are going on in your head. No, that stops now. You see, I hear so many people say they set aside time for their affirmations, for their manifestation, their visualization techniques, whatever it is that you're doing. And then they get on with their day, which is great. It's great if you have a consistent, positive inner conversation going on. But whether you do or whether you don't, you always want to be mindful of the words that you are speaking internally to yourself, because what you are going to do is to take your power back. What you're going to do is you're going to be taking your power back from this controlling you. And for 3 days, you are only going to speak to yourself as though the desire is already done. And this is what I'm going to be sharing with you in today's video, exactly how to do it and what will continue to happen if you don't. And let me tell you, even Neville Goddard had to be faithful to what he was telling himself internally and be mindful of his thoughts. And he expresses in his own videos. No one is exempt from having an inner dialogue. What we want to do is we want to create one within that actually aligns to what it is that we want. So if you are up for it, if you're up for giving this 3-day challenge a go to see, just give it a test to see how things start to shift for you in small or big ways, super fast, then keep listening. And I want to know what that is and comment below when you're doing this. I also want to share that when I have focused, micromanaged my inner conversations, keeping them at bay, aligned to the outcome, even better than what I wanted, my life totally transformed. I share the proof with how I got my ex-Spped pack, how I got my ex-people back from my past all those years ago, how I took control back over my business. And within 5 weeks, it exploded from having nothing, receiving more money than I ever had in my entire life, with my self-concept on who I am becoming, and my body image. I'm going to go into all of this in more detail about how I did this for this challenge a little later in this video. But for now, I want to start here by explaining the fundamental truths about how the law of the universe works. So here we go. You are your inner conversations pushed out. And what you dominantly speak within, you become. It talks to you all the time. even when you don't realize it. It is talking to you right now, even as you're listening to this video. Your inner conversation is never silent. It is always observing what is going on around you, commenting to you throughout your day. And even when you are sleeping, you are speaking to yourself. You see, the thing is, it is so ingrained. It is so ingrained. You don't even notice that it is going on and that it has been controlling you and what you receive, how you live your life, who you are, how you show up in the world, the relationships, the money, the jobs. It has been controlling the trajectory of your entire life until now. Your outer world mirrors what you dominantly believe to be true from within. You see, these conversations hold a powerful, powerful vibration, and the universe can only align that vibration that you are projecting out of you, that is most dominantly being projected out of you, and to align to you and bring back to you just that, what you're pushing out. You see, in the first part of this 3-day challenge is this. You know exactly what you have been telling yourself internally with your inner conversations by doing this. Look outside of you. Look outside of you and the life that you are experiencing. You know, as I said, the universe will mirror you back to you. So if you mostly hold a lack mentality in your conversations in life, and this is what your inner conversations are repeating in a variety of different ways to you, then this is the reality that you will then be matched to. If it is a very positive reality, then you will receive positive matches. If it's a positive in a conversation, you will receive positive matches to that vibration. Like attracts like. That energy will match that energy. So if you worry, if you are fearful, you will be shown lots of things to be worried and fearful about. If you have a negative way of speaking to yourself about yourself, like, you say that you're ugly or useless or disgusting, then the world will reflect this back to you in how you are treated. You will even hear people use the same words that you're using to express how you feel about yourself to you. When I was building my business, I was very worried. I was very fearful. And this is what was one of the many things that was actually blocking me from my business growing. And it wasn't until I changed the way that I was feeling, through the way that I was speaking to myself, through my inner conversations about my business, that things changed in lightning speed from 11 months of nothing. And then in weeks, my business started to explode. You see, like with me, my business situation, I wasn't in control of this inner conversation. It was literally running the show and controlling me. Like on autopilot. It was repeating to me the same things, the fears, the worry, the lack of views, on my social media platforms, the money, the clients, that I would fail day after day after day after day after day. You see, this is what was going on within me. And the universe said, okay, then it had to match it back to me. So no matter how many times I sat in manifestation techniques, in visualizing, in journaling, in scripting, in intending, nothing was shifting because the inner conversation was more dominant and controlling. I was like stuck. So as I am a manifestation teacher, and like what I shared about Neville Goddard, he struggled at times. He had to catch his thoughts and turn them around to align to what he wanted. And I do that too. You see, once you become aware of what is going on within you, what you are actually telling yourself, how you're speaking to yourself, you can change it. You have the power to change it because you had the power to create that. You have the power to override it and to change it. You have the power to do that. That conversation is running on past beliefs, past traumas, past experiences about yourself, about the world, about people, money, things. It's running on autopilot from what you experienced as a child. That is all. And when you know what these beliefs are by following step 1, making a mental note of what life you have created, you can now make a list of what beliefs you are actually telling yourself throughout your day, through your inner conversations that are aligning to this life that you have created for yourself unintentionally, or the manifestation that you are wanting to magnetize to you. So now this is step 2. You have the proof of your reality. You can see what is going on outside of you. You can see what's going on within you based on what it is that's going on outside of you. So take your time here too to really get clear on what that is. You now have a list, because you would have now done that, a list of the beliefs. You would have sat in silence with pen and paper, list of beliefs that align to the reality that you are experiencing. You put it on paper so you can see the match. So what goes on within, pushed out, and is experienced, you can see what goes on within, which is therefore then pushed out and then experienced as your reality. So before I move into the next step, you have the power to change any thought, any word, any feeling at any time. This is the truth. You do not have to live in lack, in scarcity, in worry or fear. You don't have to live without your manifestation either. And your past does not have to define your now or your future. And I see so many people still holding on to stuff from their past, controlling their trajectory. You have the power to turn this around, to turn your reality around, to turn that manifestation around, and fast too. So within 5 weeks of me taking control of my inner conversations, my business, after 11 months of nothing, exploded. It was incredible. I was so excited to tell my friends how well it was growing. The clients all over the world that I was speaking to, like, oh my God. Now I have clients from Hawaii, from Japan, all over the world. It was incredible. And the revenue that I was receiving too was beyond my wildest dreams. You know, I was asking for like £12,000 a month and I was getting 30,000 a month. You know, it was even better than I had even been speaking it in. But then what? Then what? Then I wanted a different business model. Then I wanted to create a different business model. I wanted passive income built on integrity and mutual benefit. I wanted freedom in my business. And for 2 years, guess what I did? I went back and forth and back and forth and back and forth and down that horrible spiral of fear, hustle, and struggle again. Again, it pulled me back again. And again, I was fighting for this business to keep growing. Having thoughts like, maybe I'm a one-hit wonder, or I can't sustain this, or maybe this isn't the right business for me, or how the fuck can I live a free-flowing life full of freedom and mind-blowing levels of financial abundance? How could I be somebody that could be that lucky to have that life? You see, I was so ingrained in the institutional mindset of hustle, struggle, work hard to get money, work all the hours under the sun to get money. But I wanted the opposite. I wanted the opposite. I was burned out and I wanted the opposite. So after feeling the fear and doing it anyway, I went all in. I went all in on no more one-to-one coaching, no more backup plan. I was prepared to go all in on plan A and let go of plan B. It was this life that I wanted and I wasn't going to give up. And even if I felt delusional, I was going to keep going. If I could create that business model and make that a success, I can create this one and make this a success. And it wasn't until I really started to do my deep inner child work through the Healed Heart Blueprint, getting to the root of these inconsistencies, these doubts, these worries, the hustle, the struggle that I was experiencing, the chaos, the confusion, the upsets, that I could then actually understand that what my inner child was experiencing, she saw others do. She was carrying. My mum struggled and stayed in unhealthy relationships. My dad hustled with inconsistent cash flow. Very successful, but inconsistent cash flow. Worked all the hours under the sun. I was judged so much for being myself that I was treated inconsistently and I was left over and over and over again. I saw lack. I saw abundance. I saw it all come and go, and none of it had anything to do with me. But yet I was still carrying it all, carrying other people's stuff, because that's how the mind works. That's how the program works. The unkindness of others, their inconsistent treatment created inner chats of, there is something wrong with me. I must try harder to earn their love. I must work harder. Judged, judged, judged for wanting more, for wanting better, for wanting nicer things, for wanting a luxurious life. Being told that, who do I think I am? That I think I'm better than everyone else just because I wanted something different, something for me that was right for me. And that was never the truth. That was them saying, wow, look at you doing so well, so beautiful, so brightly lit up. But their hatred for my light and for me and the personality that I had, the loud, bubbly personality that I had, it wasn't anything to do with me. It was their lack about themselves, their beliefs about themselves. And this is how it was received to me, you see. So no matter what I did, I was being judged. Successful, I was judged. Not successful, I was judged. Being more wealthy, financially abundant, I was judged. Being poor, I was judged. I was never enough. And I was scared, and I just wanted to be loved, and I wanted to be accepted. But oh my God, it was fucking exhausting. There were the thoughts, these were the thoughts, you see. These were the thoughts that my inner child was holding on to. And I couldn't see it except for what the patterns were outside of me. So when I dealt with these layers through the Healed Heart Blueprint, guess what? Guess what? I came back. I came back. I took my fucking power back of my mind, that I'd healed these wounds with my daily consistent inner work through this life transforming program, the Healed Heart Blueprint. So you see, so no wonder all my old inner conversations came flooding back based on what I experienced as a child. I just wanted to be free in my business, but wow. That had a lot for me to heal from, which I'm so pleased that I can now say I have, and will continue if anything else shows up. So now I'm in a place where I can now understand why that went out of control. And so now I understand that what I was carrying with everybody else's stuff and nothing to do with me, it's more effortless for me to then hold the inner conversation that I do want to experience. And I'm not doing it over wounds. I'm doing it because I've now created the lasting change within for me to receive the lasting change by controlling the inner conversations. No more inconsistencies, no more chaos, no more upsets, no more confusion. Just clarity, consistency, and peace, and long-lasting receiving, because now I know that it is safe for me to do so. So as I said, if anything else did show up, all I would do is go back to the modules and work through the modules for the Healed Heart Blueprint course. And I'm not ashamed to share this. It has taken me until I started getting to the root of the inner child, nurturing her through the Healed Heart Blueprint, that I was able to start to take back the power of the inner conversations that I was experiencing. You see, even though I knew this worked then, because I had evidence of it, I had the block of it, that it wouldn't work now. So for me, whilst we can consciously hear it, what it is that we are telling ourselves, when we get to the root of the inner child, or that deeply rooted belief that we're carrying within us, that inner child is carrying within them, and then we can understand why it is there, how it got there, and then you can detach from it through a variety of different modalities within the course, and nurturing that inner child. You can then see the wood for the trees finally, like it all makes sense, which then makes you see your power, your innate enoughness, that the opportunities are limitless for you. The possibilities are limitless for you. So you see your innate enoughness and your worthiness, that you are always enough and worthy because you exist. To actually have anything and be anything that you want, like a fire in the belly, which was the bridge that I needed to walk across to be able to finally take back the power of these inner conversations. And can I say, since I started doing this, not only you guys, have I started to receive more inquiries again about my courses, my videos are now increasing in views. You know, I've changed my voice. That was another thing. I changed the way I was speaking in my videos, and I had to release that inner conversation. You know, my subscriber count is going up again, the views are going up again, and within just a few days I have been given so many things for free that would have cost a lot of money. I have magnetized beautiful soul-aligned conversations, and I have people again investing in me because they believe in me, because guess what, I believed in me, and the universe has to mirror that back to me. Because I told the story that this is what I wanted. I let go of plan B and I focused on plan A, and that was it. It's this or the highway. It is this. This is what I wanted. No more going back. But it's taken me a while to get back here. But through my deeper inner healing practices, I have shifted these old beliefs that were aligned to the inner conversations. And now there is no stopping me. It works. It has worked for me over and over, time and time and time again. And now with this head on, these shoulders, it is working super fast again. I'm never giving up on this. And once it all floods in, I will keep going with the aligned conversations. So I now have the winning key ingredient. I can now hold it safely to receive long lasting experiences, what I want to experience in my reality. The key ingredient is the key ingredient to successful financial abundance, freedom, love, kindness, generosity, support, amazing health, youthful looks, a lovely body. And all because of how I am now holding these inner conversations, no longer speaking over wounds. I'm speaking from a healed heart. I am now speaking in aligned to my healed heart, fun, effortless, and excited. And I'm having so much fun with it. And it feels like me again. So, step 3 is to create your new inner conversation as your new nature, your new way of thinking and being. And the work is to catch anything unwanted by simply telling this new story over and over again. Over and over again, just gently repeating it over again. And when this becomes your dominant story, in time, the universe will then conform. Go away, conform, and this new story will become your new reality. So before you go to sleep, if you wake up in the night, when you wake up in the morning, when you travel to work, when you're having a bath, in the toilet, when you're brushing your teeth, when you're walking in nature, when you're in the sea swimming, you know, when you are not in meetings, or even when you're in meetings and maybe you've switched off, when you are in the grocery store, wherever you are, whatever you are doing, you must be mindful of what those thoughts are. And then make sure that you are only engaging in the conversations now that you do want, aligned to what it is that you want to experience or how you want to see yourself. And yes, it takes persistence. It takes persistence, but it works. And I am proof. You created the old inner conversations by repetition, which then became an ingrained and familiar, so familiar story that you didn't know that you were actually doing it. And so then you are going to do, this is it. This is what you're going to do. And so now this is what you're going to do. You are going to just keep repeating, telling the new inner conversation, and you only need 3 days to start to experience the recoding of the mind. You will keep going, obviously, because you're going to want to, but it will be the 3 days to recode your mind. You'll start to feel different. You'll start to experience different things. It would just be absolutely incredible. So these are the steps for the 3-day challenge. And if that voice within says, I'll start tomorrow, there you go. You're already back being controlled by the voice that inner conversation has been holding you from. You see, it's that sneaky. It holds you back from the life that you deserve. So begin now, this very moment. You know, follow these 3 steps and then simply just start speaking. So the flies. Just start speaking to yourself as the version of you that has the love, the friends, the abundance. the lavish lifestyle, the successful multi-million-dollar business, the global clients, the revenue, the freedom, the lavish house, the incredible loving relationship, whatever it is you want, the body, the sexy, stunning, gorgeous, effortlessly toned body, whatever it is that you want, the health that you want. Speak to yourself this way as though it's already done, it's already yours, and watch how quickly your world transforms. So anytime you get the negative, you just flip it with the positive. And then after 72 hours, if you truly want to make this change permanent, to receive all you have ever desired to become the version of you that is completely unrecognizable and more, and to understand how to maintain this alignment, it's catching any of these old thoughts, not by engaging with them, but by just flipping them with the new story. That is it. That is it. So the more you do this, the less that they will appear, they will eventually dissipate, the more fun you will have too. So, it's very hot here now. Comment below to claim this. I commit to the 3-day challenge. I am committed to the 3-day challenge. I've committed to the 3-day challenge, and it has shifted my mindset and my life. My desires are flowing to me at super lightning speed. Now I've committed to the 3-day challenge. And if you feel that you are feeling completely blocked to even give this a go, a little then, like me, after I wanted to change my business model, then maybe it is time to look at the deeper meaning behind this, behind these stories, behind these beliefs that are circling over and over again, so ingrained, so familiar, to look at the root cause of why life is this way, is through the power of healing from the root of the inner child, or go into the deepest, most darkest, most negative belief that you're holding on to about yourself. So either with the Healed Heart Blueprint or the Be Love program. So if you're ready to claim I am ready in the comments and have a look at the Healed Heart Blueprint or the Be Love program, the link is in my bio or below this video. And I look forward to inviting you inside the world of what I feel to be true is one of the most transformational, deeper inner healing programs that you will ever come across. Healed Heart Blueprint, Be Loved. Your choice for what feels right for you. So that is it for me today, guys. I'm very hot. The flies are very annoying. I think I held it mostly. Please feel free to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Send you so much love from Evitha. And I intend that you all smash the 3-day challenge out of the park. And as always, you guys, yeah, I'll be back very, very soon.